Good evening, everybody, and I hope all of you and your families and all your loved ones are in good health and you are taking good care of yourselves. Please be safe. Yani, with this corona thing, it's not easy. I want to thank the AUB Houston chapter and all the board members for inviting me this evening. And I would like to thank every single one of you also for joining for this painting session. I'm going to show you my palette. Voilà. I already prepared my palette on a plastic plate, okay? So while you are preparing yours, as you can see, I have more white than the rest of the paint, of the colors. And the reason is because we are going to use the white to cover most of the canvas. While you are preparing the palette, I'm going to go over a few items. One of them is, whenever you're going to fill up your brush, fill it up with paint, okay? Be generous with the paint. Don't go very slowly, by the way, when you are going to put the brush on the canvas. Don't go very slowly to say that I'm going to do it perfect. No, it's not going to be perfect at that time because every single brush you do is already perfect. So just go, feel free, put it on the painting, on the canvas, and if you don't like the color, you can always, when it dries a little bit, you can come back over it. If you want to add more colors on every single petal, you can come back over them and add later on. Don't say the color is not exactly what I want or exactly like Lina did it on her canvas, because nature is full of all kinds of colors and every single one of them is more than beautiful. So just feel free, enjoy it, and we are going to start. No, by the way, before we start, if you have questions, because Justin is going to mute everybody, so if you have any question, raise up your hand. Justin will unmute you at that time and you can ask your question and I will answer you at that time, okay? At any moment during the painting. And if you don't want to say it loudly, you can send him a text message and Justin will read the question to me. And at that time I will answer it. At the same time, he is recording it, and to my understanding, it is going to be ready maybe in 3 days. So at that time, I will put it on my social media on Facebook. And after the session, if you have any questions, please feel free to call me or to send me an email asking me whatever questions you have, and I will be more than happy to share with you anything I know, okay? So now I'm going to put the canvas and voila, I think now we have it right in its place. You take the large brush, dip it in water, and then with the palette, you take the white and a little bit of blue, just a little bit of blue, as you can see on the tip of the brush. And we're going to put it here and start going like that, schluck, 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 schluck. That is going to be the background. I dip it again in water, just a little bit. I take some white, a little bit of blue, as you can see, and put it here around, and voila, with the white. Don't go all the way down. You are going to stop at, okay, one easy way to measure your, where you're going to have your horizon. This is nearly 2 hands, right? The middle of this one is approximately here. You make kind of like a very, very light line. And you stay with your white. This is too blue, so I will add more white with the water. Voilà, comme ça. The middle, we're going to do it greenish, so you don't have to go in the middle. We go in here, and voila. Shlak, shlak, shlak. And voila, my background is nearly done. You can clean your brush on it. It doesn't have to be all the same homogeneous color, okay? And the reason is because the flowers are going to come there. The brush, as is, you already kind of like cleaned it on the canvas. You dip it again in water, take some more white, and now a little bit of green. You take some green, and you put it in the middle. Comme ça, okay? I think I'm going to stop here and give you 2 minutes or 1 minute for you to do what I have done. As you can see now, I'm cleaning my brush on the canvas above the horizon line. As you are doing that, the background, I'm going to tell you one thing, one way of the way I paint is that I do not clean my brush in the cup. This is my glass of water. At the end of the session, it's going to be nearly as clear. The reason is because I dip my brush in the water and then I clean it on the kitchen cloth, okay, wash towel. So the towels, if you have a towel next to you, whenever you want to clean your brush, you dip it in the water and then you clean it on the towel. Et voila, you're done. Sorry guys, I'm cleaning my hand because I got some glue on it. And don't laugh at me, but one thing I can't tolerate is to have paint on my hands when I'm painting. This is how it is. Et voilà. Can I see some thumbs up if you are done with the background? Okay, d'accord, très bien. So now we continue. You dip it in water very lightly, and with the tip of it, the tip of the brush, you put it in the brown. If you have brown with you, and what we are going to do is a tin pitcher. So we're going to make a rectangle that is going a little bit lower than the horizon. I think this is easy for everybody to do. And then you add some more brown. And if you have a little bit of black, just put a touch of black. And you go from the side in, side in. Voila. I'm going to do the other side. The brush, you can make it the tip thinner if you want by using the towel, and you dip it in the brown with a little bit of black so that it is a little bit darker in color, and you come from the other side and you go in. Voila. The reason I decided on a bouquet of flowers is just to add some more colors to our confinement. We're all fed up with this confinement and we all miss each other. Okay, so now we have something in the middle, right? You take the lighter brown. To make it lighter, you dip your brush in the white and you dip it in the brown, just a little bit of brown on top of it, and you put it here in the middle. Voila. with the white, just a little bit of white, and on this side, you go down. So that is kind of like reflection of the tin. Now, because it is a picture, what we are going to do is the spout now. You put it in brown, you put the brush in the brown, and we're going to do the handle. So the handle is going to, you put it here. The brush as is large like this, you put it on the side and you go like that. You turn it. You turn your hand with the brush. Et voilà. Ça va, Hala? You can see it? Okay. And then we will give it a small spout on the other side. Schluck. Et voilà. It is done. Pardon.
Hey, Lina.
Oui.
We've got one comment who is just, Mazen was asking if we could just slow down a little bit.
Sure, Mazen. I'll wait for you now. I'll give you a few minutes to take your time, do what I have done. And meanwhile, I'm going to clean my brush by dipping it in water and cleaning it like this. Voila, my brush is already clean. Most of you are okay? Shall I continue?
Lina, please, can you repeat the handle?
Okay, the handle. Okay, you can see how the brush is large, right? So the large side, I put it next here in this corner. Can you see the corner? You know what? Let me bring the canvas a little bit closer. Voila. I put it here, and then I go like this. Just go with the way you imagine the handle is. Does it make sense?
Perfect, thank you.
Welcome. We're going to add some green in the middle. Just any green that you have, just add it here. Comme ça, like that. I mean, not very thick. And you will find out why I'm doing this later on. It is kind of like the background of the flowers. Fill up. I'm cleaning my brush, put it in water, and wipe it. Voila. My large brush is already clean. Can we start with the flowers now? Is everybody okay? Thumbs up. Horizontal. Okay. Ça va, Hala? Okay. Okay. Now I take the smaller brush. I dip it in water. And I'm going to start with the yellow color. So you take some yellow. And let's say that we are going to make a flower here. So you make a small cross. And the reason you do this is that you are going to make the center of the flower right here. So we start from out, in, with the yellow.
Lina?
Oui.
When you get a chance, Mona just wants you to go over all the colors we'll be using today, if that's okay.
Oh, Mona, I have all the colors that were mentioned on the pamphlet. This is what I have on my palette. So now so what I have here is the 2 or 3 different kinds of green. If you have only one color of green, no problem, because we can always add yellow to it or white to it to make it either more pistachio color or lighter green. The brown, I have 2 kinds of brown, but if you have only one, you can use the black with it to make it darker. Blue, I have 2 blues. Red, I have pink. If you don't have pink, no problem, because white and red will make pink. And then the yellow and the orange. Voila, as simple as that. Oui? Okay. So this is the first flower, but as you can see, we can still see the green behind it. You dip your brush that is still, I mean, it still has paint on it, as you can see on both sides. I still have paint. I put it in white and I go over them, over the petals. So it is giving them some highlights and it is covering the green behind it.
So Lina, Christelle wanted to know if, do you also color the sides of the canvas so they don't look white, or?
The canvas, okay, very good question, Christelle. It all depends on, I'm using the thin one this time. Usually with the thin ones, you have to frame them in general. But you can, if you have the larger ones, the larger sides, you can paint the side also. Even with this one, you can paint it so that it will be a continuation, so that you will not frame it, and the sides will be the frame. Okay? So now we can take a darker color, let's say the orange. My brush still has yellow and white on it, and I put it in orange, and I go over, but smaller pieces, so that it will be kind of like the center of this flower. Et voilà. And then with some red in the middle. And we're going to leave this flower by itself. I will give you a few minutes. Meanwhile, I'm cleaning my brush with this. I wipe it, and I'm done. You can put any kind of colors that you want. Imagine any kind of flower in nature. I'm going to go to the second one, and the second one is going to be with blue. So as you see, my brush was already wiped, okay? So I might have some paint on it. I don't care. My water is still clean. I put it in blue, put it in blue and a little bit of red, just to make, now what you can do is you can take both colors. Okay, I'm going to do it on the palette here, and mix the two colors together, the red and the blue, to give it more of a purple color and a little bit of white, et voila. Now we have a different color, purplish. And we are going to make a small X here to show the center. And we go from out, in, and you go like this. Now you're going to go over the spout. That's okay, no problem. Okay. Done. Mona, are you doing it? Are you on with us? Okay. So now you take the lighter blue with a little bit of white, and you go in the middle. And in the middle, we are going to put some orangey color, like that, and few dots of yellow. As you can see, I have a lot of yellow and a lot of paint on my brush. So I'm going to make another flower, and I'm going to make it here. I'll put the cross here. So this is my center. As you can see now, the petals have different colors of yellow and purple. That is fine. I like it. Question?
I think some people are just catching up a little bit. That's
okay. Okay, I'll wait. Okay. We can put in the middle some red, some yellow, and voila. Maybe a bit of white and some highlight with white. Oops. Sorry guys, this light, this is a reflection from my window. So forget about that. How am I going? Okay, maybe like this, it's better. Yeah. I'm going to clean my
Lina,
Wait, yes.
Lina, please, can you move your computer camera just a milli in the other direction? No, not up or down. To the side, yes. A little bit more, the same way, a little bit more. Okay, perfect.
D'accord. Okay, and the brush now, I just clean it, wipe it, et voilà. I'm saying a lot, et voilà. Any preference for the colors? Do you want to have a certain color more than others? Let us go back to the blue. So I put the brush in the blue, a little bit lighter blue. So I have the two colors on the brush, and I'm going to make another one here. Let us keep it like that with a little bit of lighter blue. Voila, like that. And another one here. Highlighted with lighter blue. And another one here. Again, highlighted with lighter blue. You can put your flowers wherever you want. I will wait for a minute or so. And I already wiped my brush with a cloth. Okay, I'm going to start with the green. I'm going to take the light green and then dark green, both greens together. Let us make a big leaf here. I'm going to go a little bit, no, as a matter of fact, you know what? Let us make the leaves here in the middle. You know how the leaves for the flowers are. Okay, guys. Voilà. So you make, as we usually know with the leaves. You can add some yellow to some of them as a highlight.
Lina.
Oui.
Just wanted to, we have a comment saying that from Christelle, noting how relaxing this is.
Oh yeah? I'm glad. I usually listen to music when I'm painting. Unfortunately, sad for you, you have to listen to my voice instead of listening to music now. So, but when you listen to music and you paint, you are definitely in a totally different world. And that is, you're right, Christelle, very, very relaxing. What I'm going to do now, the thing is that, I mean, I don't want to go very slowly. At the same time, I don't want to go very fast. So are most of you okay? Do you have thumbs up? Okay, Hala. Mona, ça va? Christelle? All the others? Thumb up. Okay, I'm going to move to another kind of leaf. You take the large brush, the one that we used a while ago. You dip it in a little bit of water, not much. You put it in green, with the green. You put 2 colors of green together on the brush. And over here, can you see where I'm putting it with the flower? On the side of the flower, I put it vertical like that. And you press on it and go down, and then you make it thinner. You put it, you go down, and you turn. Again, you dip it in green, lighter green, a little bit of white, just a little bit of white. You can see what I have on my brush. You put it now on this side, and you go the opposite direction, and you meet here. And then you fill up the middle with another stroke, et voila. Now I have one big leaf here.
Okay, we have another question from
Yes.
Natalia.
Oui.
Wow, this is nice. When you did the yellow on the top of the black, how did you keep the color from transferring? Did you wait for it to dry?
In general, yes. You have to wait a little bit until it dries. However, if ever you want to hide any color, you put white, a very thin layer of white, and then you come back with the color that you want to put. Thank you. Okay, with the same large brush, I'm going to dip it again in green and take lighter green. It is kind of like pistachio green. And I'm going to put it here between the 2 flowers and make another leaf that is coming down. I don't know if you can see this one. Maybe I have to bring it closer. So it is just turning around your brush, playing with it. So you put it all on the canvas, and then you turn it to the thinner side to make the tip of the leaf. With the same large brush, we dip it again in green, lighter green, a tip of white. You can see what I have on my brush, and let us make one here. Like that. Now I still have a lot of paint on my brush. I can clean them wherever I want, make a leaf here, another one here, another one here, one going down. So as you can see, I'm cleaning my brush on the canvas in different directions. Voila. Let us clean this large brush. And put it aside. Then I'm going to go back to the small one. I dip it in water and clean it just a little bit. I wipe it with the cloth and voila, done. Let us make some orange and red flowers. This one, the brush, we put it in a little bit of water, some red, and then I dip it in yellow. And I'm going to make one here. So this is going to be kind of like rose or whatever kind of flowers that is going to come out. I don't know what's going to come out with me. Voila, like that. You put it in red, a little bit of yellow. As you can see, my brush, red and yellow. And we'll make another one here. Red, yellow, some orange. We'll add to it. And make a small one here. Small one here. Here. So now it is up to you to go wherever you want and do the fillings. Red, even if you have some blue with it. Yellow, orange, darker orange, lighter orange, all different colors. Even if you put them on the leaves, that's okay. As you can see, I mean, I don't have any preference where I'm putting them. We can put some blue ones. So though I still have some red and yellow paint on my brush, I will go with the blue, the lighter and the darker blue. We can put some blues here, some here. These are becoming multicolored. That's fine. Okay, I'm going to wait for you for a few minutes. Meanwhile, I just wiped my brush with the towel. So nice to see all of you, I mean, concentrating on the painting, and I'm sure it's going to be beautiful. Hala, I love your smile. Oh. Christelle, ça va? Good. So most of you now have different colors of flowers everywhere, right? What we need to do is that those flowers cannot stay hanging in the air like that. So we have to add some stems to them. The brush that I already had yellow and red on it, I just wiped it. And as you can see, let me get it closer. The tip of it is very thin now because I really wiped it quite well with the cloth, okay? So the tip of it, I'm going to put the green, and the green try to go with two colors. Even you can add some white if you want, just a little bit. So here is my brush that has different colors of green and a little bit of white. And we're going to go from every flower to the direction of the pot, okay? So it's going to go like this. This one, the blue one, coming like this, this, and that one. I'm putting a little bit more of green. From the blue, I go in this direction towards the pot. So if you get different colors of green with a little bit of yellow, with whatever it is, perfectly fine, perfectly fine. They are all okay. Then you add the lighter, if you want to have a green that is kind of like pistachio color, just mix the yellow with the green and you will have the lighter color where you can make some highlights to the leaves.
Well, I wish some of our brave artists would show us their progress.
Absolutely, we're going to see this at the end, absolutely.
I would love to see that too.
Wow. Wow. You can tell I'm not painting, but I'm enjoying what I'm watching.
Oh, really? Good. And voila, just add the leaves here and there, wherever you feel like putting a small one. And maybe a small highlight on this one. White highlight on this.
You can focus better if you don't paint.
Now we are going to do, being in Texas, what we need is kind of like small bonnets, right? The blue bonnets. And what we do is, one more time, wipe your brush just with the cloth. This is how we clean it. So now it is, the tip of it is thin again, okay? It is very thin, right? What I'm going to do is a little bit of green on the tip of the brush, and I'm going to make one coming like this. A thin stem, and another thin stem maybe here. One coming down like that. Et voila. And then, with the same brush, you put it in the blue, the darker blue. We start on top, so where shall I do it? Where you can see here, this one. We are going to start with, you know what, maybe I better get it closer. Voila. One on top of this one, and then right and left, and right and left, and right and left, all the way following your thin, nice stem. We'll do the same, some more blue on my brush. I take the stem, and the first one is going to be following the stem on top, and then right and left, and right and left. Make sense? Ça va? We'll make another one here. And our last one, I'm going to do it here. Now we are not done with that. What you need is a little bit of white on top of them to make the blue bonnet. So you dip your brush in the white and you put it on top of it. I mean, just a small dot. Now, if you have extra paint coming out, perfectly fine, perfectly fine. I still have some white here. Maybe I want to put some highlights on the other flower that I have here. And maybe just a touch here, a touch here. Let me clean my brush, and I will come back with the white. I put my brush in white, and I'm going to put the bonnet on these ones. And this one. So your brush has paint. That's okay. Give it some highlights here and there, wherever you want to. Voila. No one can say that what I did is not correct, because all the flowers are nice. You can see the blue bonnet. Okay. I clean my brush. I'm going to come back with a little bit of brown in the center of this one. And a shadow here. And a little bit of brown, wherever you feel like putting it. This one probably needs some orange. And then brown again, and we can put it, you know. Voila. I have brown on my brush. So what I do is, we definitely need, I mean, our pot is not a Peter Pan without a shadow, so it needs a shadow. You go down here and you clean your brush. Down there, see? I just cleaned my brush. A little bit of black to give it some more shadow. At the end, every single one of you is going to put your paintings on the screen, and we're going to see them all and see the different bouquets of flowers that we got.
Hi, Lina.
Hi.
Hi. We get a few messages. One from June in Sarasota saying she is observing and learning a new way of painting, and she's gonna, although she's not doing it right now, she's gonna do it later on. And
Nice.
she has 1 foot up now, and it's really relaxing for her. And
Thank
Chake in Los Angeles, I think, thanks you for making this possible. Very relaxing, she says.
Oh, good. I'm glad to hear that. Thank you.
And Justin, they're thanking you too, because it's your day off and you're with us.
Absolutely.
No,
Thank you very much, Justin.
This is quite relaxing for me, and also
I'm so glad.
painting is quite beautiful.
That you're sacrificing your Sunday, Justin.
Yes.
All the days blend together now.
Thank you.
Guys, I invite all of you to check my website whenever you have time. If you have time and if you have the patience. I have a website, linasmarart.com. It is on the invite. And,
yeah, it is underlined in the poster we posted on Facebook and in the email we sent you. It's underlined. If you click on it, it will not lead anywhere because it's just a poster, but you can type it in the browser. It's an amazing, amazing, amazing website.
Thank you, Tania. Well, yeah, I have 4 pages. One of them is for oil paintings. One is acrylic, like this one. One is wood burning. And there are some really large, big pieces. And the 4th one that I have put recently is about cleaning and restoring oil paintings. I have been doing this for the past 2 years, and because many of my friends had some of their paintings underwater with the hurricane that we had here a few years ago. and they needed to repair the paintings. So I did that. So you can look at that, how the paintings were and how they became. And I thank you in advance if you take the chance to look, or the time to look at the website.
Yeah, actually, Justin just shared the link to your website. So it's in the chat button down at the bottom, in the more, in the chat button. Justin sent us the link for Lina's website.
I'm going to go back now to my famous palette, my brush. Yeah, I mean, I did not clean it. My water is just, I mean, still kind of like when I first started. You can dip the brush in the water just a little bit and wipe it. Just like that. So what is happening now is that the tip of your brush is very thin. And then you take some green and just add, you know, I mean, with your, however your hand feels like going. Whoops, sorry guys. I made it, well, no problem. I add some green to it here. And voila, we have another leaf. And here we have another leaf. You can put those small leaves wherever you want. Now, you might see this one a little bit kind of dry. What you can do is add a little bit of, if you want, pink on the petals, a little bit of pink on the petals. If you don't have pink, among the things that you have, just add, mix red and white, and you will have the pink, you know, if you want it darker or lighter, it doesn't matter. But as you can see, I mean, I'm just going over some of those petals to give it more life. And then I put my brush in the yellow and come over this yellowish one. Ever seen a flower like that? Well, we created one. Here we can add different colors. Fun, 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 fun. We're not done yet. We still have 2 more flowers to make.
Lina,
Oui.
one of the younger painters we have, Mazen's son, Ramzi,
Yes.
by mistake, he hung up and he wasn't able to connect, but he sent us, his mom sent us the picture, his painting. So if you can check the chat whenever you're done, because he did a good job. He is only 5.
Really? Oh,
yes.
I'm very, very touched. That is really nice.
Yes.
It's really nice. Shu ya hala. Are we okay? Très bien. Okay, we still have 2 flowers that I'm going to put here next to the pot. My brush still has many colors, but I am choosing some orangey color and a dash of white, red with it. Okay, you can see the red and the orange, yellowish. And here, what I'm going to do, this flower is going to be kind of like it fell from the pot and it is on the table or ground or wherever. So we make 1, 2, 3, and 4 leaves, just 4 leaves. We don't need more than that because poor little flower, it got dry and it fell. Wipe the brush. Let us make a blue one on the other side. So it is, I put my brush like this in the blue, and I take a little bit of lighter blue. So I have the darker and the lighter blue, and I'm going to make one here on this side. And I highlight it with a little bit of lighter blue or white. Voila, like that. We're not done yet.
Elena?
Yes?
Chake wants to know if you studied art at either at university or at AUB or anywhere in particular.
No, unfortunately, my profession is in running the clinical trials for cancer research. So that is my profession, and I have been doing it for the past 38 years. I run the statistics for clinical trials, and painting is my hobby. However, I have taken for 8 years, I took classes with a very famous painter, and I call him a master because he was definitely a master, God rest his soul, Efim Frumin. He taught us how to do the oil painting using the technique of the people of the Renaissance. We draw the drawing, you know, on the canvas, and then we start with the tempera, what they call the kind of paint that is called tempera, that is mixed with water in order to dilute it. And then when it dries, we cover the whole canvas with jello. We cook clear jello and we cover the whole canvas with it. And then we come with the oil paint to cover it. And that technique was, people stopped using it when the Impressionists started coming. And then of course with the temporary, contemporary kind of paintings, no one uses it. However, this is what I took with him for 8 years. And then from there, I started doing the acrylic by myself, and I kept on painting acrylic. I don't have one style because I paint whatever I feel like painting. So you can see on my website, it is all kinds of paintings, different subjects, and for sure, definitely, you're not going to look at one painting and say, oh, this is Lina's style, because my style is not there. And then for the past, I can say 15 years, I have been doing wood burning. I draw on the wood and then I burn them. And you can see also on the website, there are all kinds of styles, different, very, very different. Et voila. And the past 2 years, I started working because I know how to do the oil painting using the technique of the old masters, repairing, cleaning and repairing. Oil paintings was really very easy for me. Now I do them dot by dot. And what I mean by dot is that I don't take a brush like we have done tonight and I just paint on top of it. No, no, no. With the repair, it has to be really dot by dot doing it and mixing the colors to get the old or the paint, the color that the original painting had. Chake, does that answer your question? Maybe I went too far with my answer. Très bien. So now we go, we need stems for these two flowers that are here. So we put our brush in the green, take 2 colors of green, but make you don't want a lot of paint on your brush this time because you're going to make a thin stem. And here also it's going to be a thin stem. Now you can put some more paint on the brush and make a small leaf here, and let us make 2 on this side. Voila, so you have here and there, et voila. Now, if you are not satisfied with your bouquet of flowers, you want to add something more, I will show you a few things that you can do. We can use a little bit of white and put some dot, 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 dot here and there. Wherever you want. Or you can put some, you know what, we didn't put a lot of pink. Let me put some pink, red and pink. You can put also some dots of pink, right and left, wherever you want. As you can see, I mean, my brush still has different colors, red, white, pink. You can see the colors on it. And then you can put them wherever you want. Now, is this the technique that I use every time with my paintings for the acrylic? No, no. Some of my acrylics are very, very meticulous, and some are just abstract.
So,
What?
so Lina, I think we're gonna be needing another class. Yes?
But with great pleasure, Sherry. I mean, if everybody is enjoying it, I would love to, but the main thing is that I don't want to bore people.
No, it's not boring at all.
Voila.
Do you mind if I have the picture of Mazen's son's painting? Is it okay if I share it quick on the screen?
Please, please.
Yes, please share it, Justin.
What was his name, Tanya, again?
His name is Ramsey.
Ramsey. Can you guys see it?
Whoa, how sweet. Isn't that lovely? 5 years old.
Yeah. Yes. He's an artist one day.
I'm very, very touched.
That's great. Yeah.
Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Justin. Thank you, Justin.
Guys, voila. I mean, see, you have done a painting in 1 hour. Isn't that lovely? You do whatever you want. Well, I think I'm going to stop right here. And then I'm going to, well, I did not sign it, but of course you sign it once you are very happy and satisfied with your painting. And once you sign it, you don't touch it again. That will be it. And you will put it wherever you want. You will hang it wherever you want. I would like to ask every single one of you, please, to put your paintings on the screen and we can look at them and see what you have done.
Justin, please, can you unmute everyone who has his
Hala, lovely. Bravo. Lana, this is very nice, Lana.
Wow.
Mona, I love it.
Nice.
حلو حلو حلو.
Mine is that's the standard.
كريستال وينك؟ يلا يا كريستال. شو يا ميرنا؟
يلا انا وماريا.
Beautiful, very nice.
We need a screenshot.
Treasure, treasure. Wow, wow. Crystal, we're waiting for you.
عن جد it was
Wow, I'm so impressed. حقيقة.
Very impressive.
Lovely, lovely, lovely.
So,
Wow.
Tanya, Justin,
Bravo.
maybe take a picture and do this.
I hope you enjoyed your time, guys. I mean, that is the main thing, is for you
Yeah.
to, you know, listen to music and paint and put the brush on the canvas very freely and say, yes, this is beautiful. Hayatan, what you have done.
Really?
All of you is
Very
really very
nice.
nice.
Lina, we loved the session and we need more lessons.
Thank you, darling. At any time. Hala, really. But Mona, this is very nice, Mona.
And those
Lots of fun. Anna Maria, we enjoyed it a lot. Thank you so
Thank
much,
you.
Lina.
I'm glad. I also enjoyed it very much. And I thank you all for joining. If you have any questions, please feel free to call at any time.
See you.
Thank you. Thank you. Big thank
Can I
you.
say
Lina.
something?
Thank you, Lina. Thank you.
Yes? Who wants to
Thank
say
Maybe soon
something?
another session.
When I came,
Thank you. Thank you.
when
Yeah,
I
just talk
started
to Justin.
Yeah, if you, Justin, big thank you to you for helping us and
No problem. This was
the board.
great.
Yeah,
Thank
the
you,
board.
Justin.
I thank you all for joining and for
Thank
inviting
you.
me to this session.
It was so good seeing all of you, really.
Yes,
Likewise,
thank you, Mirna. Thank you.
likewise. Bye-bye,
when I
everybody.
started
Bye.
painting,
Bye.
I was feeling a little low, but now I'm ending on a happy note. I feel much happier.
شو حلو.
Very
We're
good.
Very nice to
glad,
hear
Mona.
that,
We're so
Yaman.
glad.
Very nice to hear that.